Yo, baby.
Thing's hot. What's up, guys? Charlie Fox here with Travel Wagon Monsters. Sorry about that. I was resting. Wow. Okay. Anyways, today's video is going to be over Japanese Pokemon cards, Japanese promo Pokemon cards specifically. These are all cards that are unique, a little bit different, and something you might not find everywhere. All these cards, I think, are going to probably hold their value or maybe go up a little bit over the next few years. They're not specifically popular cards, but they're probably cards that will be in time. So, without further ado, let's take a look at some of these cards. So the first card I want to kick off this little series with, and one of my favorites, and one of the ones I'm hunting for and trying to get a better copy of, is the Dragonite promo card from the Game Boy Pokemon trading card game. This was for the Game Boy Color. 1998 is when this card came out, when the game came out. It's already not that popular, not a lot of copies of it because of the fact that it was in a Game Boy game. The only way you could get it was buying that game. The game wasn't exactly cheap, so it wasn't like you go out and buy a bulk of these like you could booster packs and maybe luck out and get a few. And this is also before eBay and all that stuff, so it wasn't a highly traded card. And now it's kind of coming out of the woodwork, and I think this card is going to be holding its value and going up over the next few years. The card, like I said, this card was included in the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color. This game was not as popular as the RPG game, so that's the other thing I was going for. The RPG game, everybody knows about it. Everyone knows about Red, Blue, and being Charizard, or Blastoise, or Venusaur, but not this one. This was a trading card game in the Game Boy form. So, again, not as popular as the regular RPG game. I would say this card's a perfect candidate for collecting because of those reasons. Another cool thing is it came out in 98. 98 is a year before 99, and 99 is when the WotC era cards, Wizards of the Coast, released the base set cards over here in America. That's a big deal. Those cards are considered vintage. This card came out before the vintage main set that everybody collects, so that's another reason why you should get your claws on it. Another one of my main reasons why I like it is it's done by the original artist who did the original 150 Kanto starters, Ken Sugimori. I apologize if I said your name wrong. You're one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite Pokemon artists. His stuff is just off the chain. It has that kind of watercolor effect. Great line work. I don't know, his stuff almost has kind of a friendly yet like dark look to it. But yeah, Ken Sugimori did the art. He did all the artwork for the original 150. So that's also got it going for it. And he's one of the best when it comes to the Pokemon artists out there. If you look for this card on eBay, there's not that many of them listed. Raw, you're gonna have a hard time finding one in really good shape. Most of them are in the very good condition. There's just not a ton of them out there. You can find a few in the PSA grade, but if you were to compare that card to like Charizard, there's listings non-stop for that card, non-stop. But if you look for this card, it stops after a couple of scrolls down, honestly. So that's also kind of a sign that there's not a lot of them out there in the wild. Right now, the value on this card, raw, in good condition, is about 30 to 60 bucks, in that range. Very good would probably start in the 65 to 90 range. And for something closer to the near mint range, which I haven't found any good candidates for that, 150 to 175 is probably a safe estimate. The PSA graded ones, I've seen them kind of all over the place. The 9s go for about 200 to 300. PSAs go for 500 to 700. But that changes. There's not a ton of them out there, so there's not a huge market to compare this card to. But highly collectible, totally worth getting your hands on if you can get it. I would highly recommend this card, and it's going to be another card that I'm going to be putting in my collection and trying to get a few copies of in better and better grades as I continue to collect this card. So that's number one. On to the next one. So number 2 on this list is one of my next favorite cards, and we're actually going to go new this time. Really, really new. In fact, so new that this card's only been out for about 2 months now. And that would be the Charizard Illustrator Grand Prix promo card. This is a special card. It was released this year. It's not the first of the Pokemon Illustrator cards. It's just one of the newest ones, and I think this one's gonna hold its value and go up. One, for the obvious reason, it's a Charizard, and two, it's an illustrator card. They hold their value, and some of the most valuable Pokemon cards in the market, Japanese, are actually some of the illustrator cards. This was released this year, 2020. This is the winner of the illustrator. Jiro Samasuma was the winner. I really love the artwork on it. The line work's great. The coloring is great. I like how strong looking Charizard looks in this card. He's got a lot of presence as he walks out. You can tell he's about to get into a pretty epic battle. This card was only released in Japan and could be attained if you bought 5 booster packs. I think you could also buy like a game board as well. But you had to spend some money to get this card. And the place to buy those booster packs, if you wanted to get that card, was at the Pokemon centers, which kind of are sprinkled out throughout Japan. They're all different, have a unique flavor to them. But from what I understand is this card sold out the first day that this card was available. So people were in line already to pick this card up. And I think that's a good sign that this card is going to hold its value and become a very collectible card in the near future and only go up from there. There's a good chance that this card's probably also never going to see an American release date, but it could. It's Charizard. You know, people love their Charizard over here in America across the pond. So anyways, keep an eye out for that. What makes these cards really unique is the fact that they are illustrator cards. Like I said, these aren't the artists that are commissioned by the Pokemon Company. These tend to be fans and other people out there that have really awesome artistic chops and submit. And there's only one winner every time they do this, and that winner, their artwork is submitted in, and it becomes a card for Pokemon and ends up being part of Pokemon history, which is pretty neat. Some of the most valuable cards, like I said, are illustrator cards. If you look up older illustrator cards, you'll see that the money, pretty crazy what they go for. Very high numbers. Now, this is much more for the older cards that are out there, not the newer stuff, and if it's graded, that makes a big difference. So anyways, keep that in mind. But I think that's a good investment key to look at if you're looking at these cards to hold on to for a long haul, because, you know, the longer you hold on to this stuff, the better it's going to be. And why else collect if you don't collect this stuff because you like it first and foremost. Also, a good thing about this card is it's very affordable. You can get it right now for about $25-30 with multiple sellers selling multiple copies of these things with discounts in there. Just make sure you're getting from a reputable seller. I prefer getting them from somebody who's in Japan. That's just one less shipping trip for that card, less chances of damage up to that card, and a better chance that you'll get that copy of the card in really good shape. Like I said, only 2 months this card's been out. The Charizard Grand Prix 2020 Illustrator promo card ran out the first day at the promo center. So keep that in mind. I think it's worth getting this card because of these factors alone. Like I said, it's affordable and it's also a really beautiful card. Now, it's not a holo card, but it's a really unique, awesome illustrator card. So check it out. Now, let's go on to the next card from there. So for number 3, I actually have 3 cards in this section. They all tie into each other. Pikachu, dressed in cute, funky little clothing. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so the 3 that I have here that I recommend and I think are just beautiful cards all around are the Pikachu Kanazawa, the Pikachu Shibuya, and the Pikachu Kyoto Tea Party Edition. These are all really nice looking cards. They're holofoils, bright colors, artwork's great looking in them. Just all around good cards to have in your collection. I recommend anybody that collects promos should have these cards. They're going to be main staples for a long time. They're all brand new too. They all came out here in this last year of 2020, so that's another thing about them. So they're easy to get. They range from about $25 to $30 a piece, and you can still find them all day long on eBay. There's something special about these cards. They were all released at their respected locations of the name of the card. So the Tea Party one, celebrating the reopening of the Pokemon Kyoto Center, was March 16th, 2019, not too long ago. Sorry, I think I said all 2020, but that's the only one in this group. Pikachu Shibuya was given to customers for visiting the Pokemon Center in Shibuya. And then, of course, the Kanazawa released November 20th, given to customers for the opening of that store, which was, of course, this year, not even just a couple months ago. Another variant of that one actually exists if you picked up the commemorative box. It came with a even more, I think, full holo foil that had like more sparkles on it, not just the art box with the character in it. Anyways, those are all just stunning cards. Pikachu in some, you know, silly little clothing. We look like a little hip hop rapper in one, dressed up as a little, oh man, I can't even think of it right now. A geisha tea party going on, and then the other one, he's dressed up as, actually there's another geisha. So yeah, just geishas all around, except for the hip hop one where it looks like he's about to drop some super sweet rap beats. Anyways, check those cards out. Beautiful cards. Again, easy to find. Range from about 25 to 30 bucks for right now. And what else can you ask for, man? They look good. That's what matters the most, is they look good. So check those cards out. Highly recommend them. Some of my favorites. Let's see. We got one more to do, and then the video will be over. So last, but certainly not least, one of my very, very favorite promo cards, one that probably hits home to a lot of people, is the Ancient Mew holo card from Japan. Now this came out in two forms. Initially came out in Japan first. It actually was released July 17th, 1999 for the movie The Power of One. The Power of One. Yeah, had Lugia in it. Anyways, it was, in Japan it was sold in a pamphlet and was basically available to purchase until stock ran out. That one was the one that you want to get. It's got the misspelled Nintendo. It's like Nintendo. It's in the very bottom of the card. Totally worth getting. Gorgeous card. The Japanese one actually had a little bit more panache to it. It had like the sparkles, and it was just a prettier card than the American version. The American version actually came out the subsequent year in 2000. That's when we got it. And it was given out here in America for about a week. Once that card was gone, out of stock, they switched over to Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres for the promo cards for that movie. Anyways, one of the best cards to get out there. It's pretty affordable. The one that's not the misspelled one goes for about 30 to 40 bucks, 30 to 50 in that range, depending on quality. This is all raw. The misspelled one runs about 100 to 150 last time I checked. Again, a little bit more than that when it's graded. But yeah, a couple of little did you know facts about the Ancient Mew card. Bet you didn't know this, but that card was actually created by aliens. It was one of the first cards created by aliens who started the Pokemon game. The card was just first discovered in Egypt, and no human has ever decrypted the text in it. True fact, true fact. It's affordable even if you can get the card raw for $30 to $50. Ancient astronaut theorists say yes. They always say yes, don't they? Yeah, they always say yes. So anyways, that's it this time around. Thank you for sticking around and watching this little video here over some Japanese promo cards that are worth picking up. So if you got some free time and a little bit of extra cash, these are some of the cards I would recommend picking up. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'm Charlie Fox with Chubwagon Monsters, and this has been Hobbies and More. Bye, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.